Joining us to discuss this topic, we firstly have Rabinder Sachdev, an international affairs expert, joining us. Rabinder Sachdev, thank you very much for being here. We are looking now at flights leaving the United States. Again, action is happening off the back of Trump's words. What do you think the importance of these flights signifies in terms of Trump's efforts to solve the migration crisis, as he puts it?
Thank you very much. A pleasure to be with you. I think what it signifies, firstly and foremost, is that Trump has got down cracking, and as he says, promises made, promises kept. So a lot of this is, of course, focused towards his own political base. That said, other than the optics of that, he is definitely, yes, moving ahead with his plans for the deportations that he is, visualizing or sharing as being the largest ever on American soil. He may not only may not, I think everyone is clearly doubting that he would achieve the objectives he wants, like 11 million, 15 million illegals completely rooted out of the United States. That will not happen. That will take ages, some substantial number to happen. But what will happen and what is happening, we are clearly seeing steps along those lines on various fronts. It's on not only deportations, it's also about the birthright citizenship, which he, through executive action, cancelled, but which the judge has put a stay on right now. So legal battles there. So bottom line, there will be lots and lots of legal battles going ahead. However, at the same time, yes, a certain number and could be a good number of illegals would be deported. And I think the lowest hanging fruit would be those who have some, criminal charges or some criminal past, or who are already within the ambit of the US legal system or known to the US authorities, be it in the states, wherever, right? They'll be the ones, firstly, easiest to kind of gather and put together in some camps and then deport. So I think what this shows is that the administration is gearing up, and in implementing its policies regarding immigration and it's related to illegals, there will be more and more actions forthcoming. And yes, numbers of immigrants will be deported, large numbers or small numbers, but definitely a growing number would be seen in the times ahead.
Yes, also joining us is Ambassador Mahesh Sachdev, a former diplomat. Ambassador Sachdev, the resulting flights that have happened, of course, require cooperation from both teams. Mexico have allegedly said that they won't accept military flights, though the states are saying that 4 flights have been sent. How important do you think it is that both countries can come to an agreement in order for Trump's plans to be carried out in the way he wants?
I think most countries would have extradition treaties that allows the host country to send or deport the illegals back to their home country. So Mexico might demur at foreign Latin Americans from further south, like Guatemala, Honduras, Venezuela, etc., who have used Mexico as a launching pad to go to US. But as far as Mexico's own citizens are concerned, I think it'll have no reason not to accept them, provided they are bona fide Mexican citizens. I would here also like to have a domestic perspective of United States. Some of the states are ruled by democratic governors. They may have a different view about deportation, and Mr. Trump may have difficulty in getting his way. Secondly, U.S. Employment market is extremely tight, thanks to good growth rate that it has been recording of late. It has probably got the best GDP growth figures in the OECD countries, and the number of job seekers is quite low. So therefore, I think if immigrants are deported in huge numbers, 11 million is the total figure often bandied around. This would take away able bodied people who would largely do manual work in United States. And that would create a, a vacuum which would be difficult to fill.
Yeah.
So it may create an unprecedented situation wherein the ground level jobs are in need of foreign workers who would be then legitimately required to come through legal means and work there. So it's a zero-sum game at a certain level. Thank you.
Yes, Rabinder Sachdev, you mentioned the low-hanging fruits of convicted criminals, but moving towards Trump's goals and aims to deport all undocumented migrants, that process is going to require the military, but also legal battles. In terms of those legal battles, we saw one yesterday, but do you think that the continuation of Trump's real aim to get rid of undocumented migrants, do you think that's going to face further legal challenges, not just of the one that we've seen recently with the birthright citizenship?
Oh yes, countless more, lawsuits and challenges would be out there. Right now, the one citizenship challenge which was there was by, I think, attorney generals of some 20 or 22 democratic states, right? So there'll be all kind of players. There'll be democratic attorney generals, there'll be civil advocacy groups, non-profits, and individuals, individual defendants who would be hiring lawyers and pro bono legal services, human rights groups, and even, constitutional groups who do think that much of what is being done is not constitutional, not per the law, let's say. So I do anticipate n number of legal procedures in the courts at all levels in the United States, be it in the state level, state judiciary, and going all the way up to Supreme Court. Some of these cases would definitely reach the Supreme Court also. So going ahead, that is one scenario, and in preparation for this, what the Trump administration is doing is that, within its own departments of the government, various departments, not only the Homeland and Judiciary, be it the Department of State or whichever departments, they are beefing up the in-house legal counsels. And they are ensuring, and Trump is ensuring, that the in-house legal counsels in these agencies are those who are aligned with the vision of Trump. In the past administration, what happened, very often Trump's executive orders were kind of, faced hurdles because the legal departments in-house of various US agencies would say that, no, this order is not quote-unquote legal. So Trump is going to ensure that, one, he doesn't face that hurdle inside the government, but it is outside the government that these challenges would come. There is absolutely no doubt. And not only this, immigration is one, right? But there are several other topics, including the issue of tariffs and whichever be there, due to which the Trump administration will be fully occupied, but it will prosecute the cases very vigorously. And even if the cases it loses, it will try and come around, it will appeal them, or it will pass some other order sidestepping the main order. It will try every tool in the kit to make sure that the objectives which it has, it is able to achieve, if not fully, partially, to the fullest extent it can prosecute.
Yes, Rabinder Sachdev, thank you very much for your time.